My name is Sonia Sanders. Hello, I'm a realtor here at Exit Alliance Realty in the Temecula Valley, and I wanted to give you an overview of how it would be to work with me as a buyer during the initial buying process. Now, whether you met me at an open house, or you were referred to me by a family member or a friend, or you called in to me regarding an advertisement that you saw on a listing, I'm going to ask you some qualifying questions. Now, some examples of these questions are, have you been working with an agent? Have you signed an agreement with them? Have you been pre-approved for a purchase, and if so, for how much? How many bedrooms and bathrooms are you looking for? Do you know what desired neighborhood you'd like to be in? Is this a purchase of a home that you plan on living in, or would this be an investment property? The resulting conversation will help me determine what your home search needs are. The initial offers meeting is very important. This is where we develop our plan of action and set expectations. We will verify, or I will verify, the information that we had discussed in our previous conversation to tailor in your buyer wants and needs. If you're not paying cash for your purchase, then we would also review your pre-approval letter at that time. If you do not have a pre-approval letter, you must immediately take steps by speaking to a lender to begin the qualification process. In the Temecula Valley real estate market, you cannot submit an offer to purchase a home without a pre-approval letter. I will go over the different sales types you may encounter, as each different sales type often will have a different process to submit an offer, and also specific details you may need to know. The sales types that I will go over are standard sales, REO, which means bank-owned sales, when you offer on a HUD home as well, or a short sale. This is also important to discuss the various types of sales as far as it relates to your timeline. When did you want to be in your new home? There are also forms that we will review. The first form we will review is the agency disclosure form. Now, this form is required to be submitted with any offer that a buyer would submit on a property. This signed form designates who is the buyer's agent, who is representing them in this transaction, and what their duties are. Now, you may ask, how does a buyer's agent get paid? Well, the buyer agent is paid based on the amount that the listing agent and the seller have decided to offer an agent to bring a buyer to the property. My responsibility to them is to bring a ready, willing, and qualified buyer. My responsibility as your buyer's agent is much more. Let me go over what my duties as a buyer's agent are. I have a duty to use the utmost care, integrity, honesty, loyalty in my dealings with you. To act in good faith with honest and fair dealing. To disclose any material fact which could affect the desirability of a property. To look out for your best interests. To maintain your confidentiality. To use reasonable skill and care in the performance of my duties. To use my professional ability and negotiation skills to get the best terms and price for you. These are my obligations as your buyer's agent. This means we don't have a customer relationship, but a higher client relationship. Being a buyer's agent or buyer agency affords me the opportunity to help you with one of the most important purchases of your life, and I take this responsibility very seriously. That is where the next form comes in. It's the buyer representation agreement. It states that you are hiring me and entrusting me with these responsibilities for a set period of time. It is our commitment to work together towards the common goal of your home purchase. If you choose to hire me, we will sign the agreement. Now, some buyers think it's best to work with the listing agent, but the listing agent has to look out for the interests of the seller as well. So your agent is not just your agent. Doesn't it make sense to work with someone who's only looking out for you, who's only working for you? You will regularly receive emails of properties that meet your criteria. Now, I recommend an inside-out approach for your home search. And what that means is once we've determined what area and neighborhood you want to be in, then we focus on that neighborhood and we search for homes in that area. It is important that you become familiar with the neighborhoods. You can drive by the neighborhoods in the area, and if you like the homes from the outside, then we will arrange to view the insides of the properties. If you're interested in brand new homes or builder homes as they're called, please let me accompany you. I am often able to get you better deals and terms working as your buyer's agent. Many builders will only let you have outside representation if your agent accompanies you on the first visit. Also, if you're out and about and you run across an open house or you meet another agent, I will have already given you a few of my cards and then also a copy of our agreement. Then that way, if there's any questions or they need to contact me, then they would have the information to do so. Ultimately, I would be doing the job you hired me for, working as your advocate and looking out for your best interests. Now, communication is the key. I like to review with my clients on a weekly basis. We would review houses you've liked, offers we've submitted, what are their status, check and make sure that your criteria and that your purchase needs have not changed, and receive feedback from you. It is ultimately my goal to keep you happy during this process. However, if for some reason you are not happy with the work or service I've given you, we can simply cancel our agreement. Once we have found a property that you like, we will submit an offer with all the required documentation. I go over the required documentation in my video, what is needed to submit an offer. Once we have an offer that is accepted, we'll go into part 2 of the buying process, which will be covered in what's next after my offer is accepted. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions about me becoming your buyer's agent. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.